Now that the season's over, let's talk about Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came to the Browns, and he did something that we didn't have all year. For a majority of the fan base, it was a quarterback that they actually wanted to root for. He brought that to the team, and he brought a media buzz that Cleveland hasn't had since I don't know how long. The NFL was all over Cleveland. Pushed to the playoffs, t-shirts being made, interviews all over the place. Don't flack around. A cup of Joe. A unity that we have never seen. That's what Joe Flacco was bringing to the Cleveland Browns, something that I haven't seen in forever. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, everybody is rooting for Joe Flacco. I mean, sheesh. And I'm like, wow. It's coming in waves. That's what Joe Flacco brought when he signed to the Cleveland Browns, and I didn't even think that it was going to happen. He made me eat crow a couple of times. That's the truth. That's what Joe Flacco brought to this team. The locker room embraced them. They were ready to roll. Get you a cup of Joe. That's the truth about Joe Flacco. Truth number 2 about Joe Flacco is, unfortunately, Joe Flacco had a turnover problem that a lot of the fan base just wanted to dismiss, unfortunately. And I was the bad guy when I tried to bring up the turnovers. I am a hater. I am a hater. So what? He's winning. That's all that matters, that he wins. He's trying to make plays. He's a gunslinger. That's what I was told. But the turnovers were always a problem, but they were masked because of victories. Don't get me wrong. He had good games, 300 yards here, 300 yards there, touchdown to touchdown, but you couldn't turn the ball over. And yesterday, it reared its ugly head when we didn't need it to most. The final numbers for Joe Flacco, touchdown to interception ratio, was 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in 6 games with Cleveland. That is not a pretty picture if you look in a totality. And the truth is, when we needed a score the most, when we needed points, it's not his fault we lost the game. Well, okay, it's partly his fault we lost the game, but it's not all on Joe Flacco. That's another video for another day, or another stream for another day. Because listen, the defense couldn't do anything. But when the defense did get a stop in the third quarter, we were all throwing a party in your house. You probably were. You were jumping on the trampoline. You had confetti going in the air. But my goodness, the defense finally did something. 24-14. You remember it as blue as yesterday. What? Whatever. What did that mean? 24-14. First and 10. I believe we were on the Houston 34-yard line. This could change the whole momentum of the football game now. You get a touchdown on that drive, it's 24-21. Defense is, rejuvenated. Let's see what happens. Even if you get a field goal, it's 24-17. It's still a one-score game. But in the worst possible time, the turnovers rear its ugly head. Throws maybe his worst pick 6 of the season. I don't know where the ball was going. Supposedly he was trying to throw it away. Just eat the sack. Live to fight another day. That makes it 31-14. Then he throws another pick 6 on 4th and 3. 38-14 ball game. Now we can argue that Kevin Stefanski should have punted. Some people were wanting him to go for it in 4th down in the first half. That's tomato, potato, potato, something like that. But that's truth number 2 about Joe Flacco. Is the turnovers were always a problem. They were just being pushed under the rug because the Browns were winning. And truth number 3 about Joe Flacco, that for some reason, maybe it was the denial reason, no matter how far he went, no matter how far the Browns went this year, unfortunately, the season's over. I want to go cry in a corner, but I'm trying to be a brave face. He was not going to be the Browns' future. No matter how hard people tweeted, pounded on the table, he was not going to be the future of the Cleveland Browns. He is about to be 39 years old. He wasn't going to be the quarterback of the Browns next year. No matter how hard we loved, no matter how hard we demanded for Joe Flacco, he wasn't the future of the Cleveland Browns. Unfortunately, those pick six sealed that fate. And now we are forced to hope that the Houston Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs, or the Buffalo Bills can dethrone the Baltimore Ravens because we are no longer in the picture. Well, that's going to be it for me. Unfortunately, we are out. I will tip my hat to the Houston Texans. I am no hater. They played a good game. We got outplayed. Congratulations to them. If you are here to the end of the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on your notifications. And at the end of your comment, you can tell me how wrong I am. I know the defenders of Joe Flacco are going to come out and take my head off, but it is what it is. At the end of your comment, hashtag thank you, Joe. Because I still appreciate Joe Flacco for getting us this far. And it was a very good season. Very, very good season. Hashtag thank you, Joe. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.